Welcome to Training Unleashed, the show that will help you design and deliver training that's off the chain and will make a difference. Hello everyone, and welcome to this 0 episode of Training Unleashed. I'm Kevin Crane, and I'm here with hosts Evan Hackel and Cordell Riley. Cordell, can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect from the show?
Hey, Kevin. They can expect to really get their training knowledge unleashed. We're going to be bringing industry experts in the training field, those that are in the trenches, actually building training for their organizations, those that are at the executive level of their organizations, actually leading the training function. We're looking at people like Jason Forrest, who is really focused on sales leadership coaching training. We're going to have people like that. They're going to be sharing real-world, tangible things that our audience is going to be able to take back and put into practice inside of their organization.
Evan, you and Cordell have years of experience working in the trenches of training, and you say that it's time for training to be unleashed. Why is that important?
Here's the deal. In my opinion, training is the single most important thing in an organization because everything is about execution. And just little differences in execution have massive impacts on the bottom line. But the fact of the matter is most organizations underinvest in training. And what we're going to do is we're going to be advocates for training, and we're going to be advocates of corporations unleashing training for massive improvement in their organizations. And that passion is what we're really all about, because what training does should no longer take a second step to any other part of the organization. It is the most important part of the organization because we can improve profitability greater than anyone else. And I want to unleash the power of training. I want to unleash everyone listening to these calls to have a massive impact on their businesses, and that we've got to take training off its leash. We've got to be proud to be in the training industry, and we've got to show people what training can do.
And who will benefit most from this new podcast?
I think the people who are going to benefit most from this podcast are people that are involved in training in any fashion. And certainly training professionals absolutely will appreciate it. But people working in organizations, everybody has a degree of training in them in what they're doing in terms of maybe it's mentoring somebody, maybe helping someone else. So if someone does something and they do a fair amount of training, whether or not they're officially a training person, I think they'll get a lot out of it. And honestly, I think it would be great for senior management because I think we're going to be talking about a lot of things that might literally raise their eyebrows when they sit back and think, boy, I've never really thought about training in that way and how training can have such a big impact on the company.
Cordell, Training Unleashed is brought to us by Tortal Training. Can you tell us a little bit more about Tortal?
So Tortal Training, we want to be a resource to the training industry is the reason that we're doing this podcast. And when we really look at Tortal, we really focus on making effective training easy, and air quotations around effective training that really moves the needle and moves metrics inside the organization that we're looking to focus on. We want to make that easy. We're a full service training and development firm. We are really not a technology firm. We certainly lead with the training aspect of what we're looking to bring to the market. So that's who we are. That's what we're looking to do. And we're really excited about bringing this to the training industry here.
Now, Cordell mentioned his interview with Jason Forrest, author of the book Sales Leadership Coaching. That interview is coming up in just the next week or two. But for now, let's hear a quick comment from that interview with Jason.
You're a trainer on a mission. A trainer on a mission. Love to hear you talk about what you mean. What's your mission as a trainer here?
Yeah, I would say my simple mission is to convince everyone I meet that they're enough. That would be my simple mission. And what I mean by that is I had a breakthrough one day, and it was actually from the Brene Brown TED Talk. And at the very end, she says, when I can say I am enough, I start listening and I stop screaming. And if you kind of unpack that for a second, what it means is when people say that they're not enough, they scream a lot in the form of alibis and excuses, and they do not listen in the form of coaching and new ideas because they don't believe they're enough. So they don't believe it's them. They don't believe it's all on them. They believe it's the market, the economy, what generation they were born into. So they don't believe that they really were enough.
Evan has done some great interviews that are coming up soon as well, and one of them is with Jeffrey Hazlett from C-Suite Radio. Let's hear a quick excerpt from that interview.
I know you were the chief marketing officer at Eastman Kodak. Clearly, that's not a training role. What did the people in the training department have to do to make you and other people in the C-suite say, we should be investing in training because we're going to get a good return, and we need training as part of the puzzle.
You have to be an idiot not to invest in training. Let me just put it that way, because, I mean, that's what it's all about. It should be about continuous improvement. And if you're not training and retraining and getting better at what you do, then how do you get better? I mean, especially companies that are in Six Sigma and everything else that you put forward. So they didn't have to teach me very much about, look, we're going to invest in training. Now, I will tell you that one of the things I did when, and the training teams were most valuable to me, was a program that we put in called FAST. Focus, accountability, simplicity, and trust. That's what it stood for. We said, look, even if we screw up, let's just do it faster. And that was it was to change the mindset in the company, because, you know, we had this thing where it took months and months and months to do anything. And so we said, look, we need to develop a new code, a mood around here that's fast. And that's how we came up with focus, action, accountability, simplicity, and trust.
Evan and Cordell, best of luck with the show. I can't wait to hear more. And folks, you want to hear more? Just go to trainingunleashed.net, or you can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, C-Suite Radio, Google Play, really everywhere great podcasts are found. This has been Training Unleashed, but it doesn't stop here. Just go to trainingunleashed.net to subscribe to the show. That way, you'll never miss an episode, and you'll be well on your way to delivering training programs that are off the chain. We'll talk to you next time on Training Unleashed.